Hello there, this is Dr. Allie, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about some of the science behind the LifeWave X39 technology. So let's try and share my screen. I hope the squeaking isn't too great. Screen, share screen. That little bit first, and then this little bit here. Slideshow, presenter view. Yay, here we go. Hi there. So I'm Dr. Allie, and I'm a functional medicine doctor, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about LifeWave, and I've just got to pull that over to here. There. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about me, first of all. I'm a functional medicine doctor. I'm a UK GP. I qualified in medicine in 94 and in general practice in 99. And I was a partner in my own practice in Sussex in the UK for 17 years, actually, till 2016. And I found it difficult to practice in the way that I wanted to within the NHS, especially as a partner, because the partners that I was with didn't like me using natural medicine, and I really feel that's the way we should be going. I really feel that we need to be helping people to heal themselves, to treat themselves wherever possible, and only using pharmaceuticals when we need to. And that's my passion. And it's partly my passion because I broke my back when I was 17, just before I started medical school. That's how come I ended up at 9 years at medical school instead of 5, because I did some research in the middle, just biding my time until my back just was a little bit stronger to go on the wards. And through that journey of chronic pain, I wish that what I'm going to share with you today was available then, because it would have changed my life. If you can imagine a 17-year-old, very, very shy girl at medical school with a broken back, suffering chronic pain and unable to sit up in lectures, but didn't want to, I didn't want to attract attention to myself. I was so shy, but I had to lie down for the lecture. So I laid down on some of the seats with my head sticking out the end of the aisle just so I could see the screen. And, doing homework was impossible. We didn't have computers then. Anyway, that aside, I'm going to speed this up because I don't want to spend too much time on that. But I had chronic pain. And I know some of you and some of your patients have chronic pain. And chronic pain is depressing and debilitating, and it turns the world black and white, and it just takes the joy out of life sometimes. It goes hand in hand with depression, and we have to, we who are or who have been chronic pain sufferers have to find other ways to support ourselves than just pharmaceuticals, because to be quite frank, the pharmaceuticals that I was given to manage my chronic pain left me bleary-eyed. I'll never forget, I was in Freshers Week, young doctor, young girl, just wanting to fit in, and first experience of Freshers Week, I was at a party and I blacked out, and I woke up to find myself being carried into the bedroom by one of the second-year students who was there at the party. Thank goodness he was, and he didn't mean any harm. He was just taking me somewhere where I could be safe, because I'd fainted because I was mixing alcohol with strong analgesics. I was taking coproximol at the time and diclofenac. It was before the days of naproxen. So we do need to have alternative ways to manage things like chronic pain, things like neuropathic pain, things like chronic neurological disorders, wherever we can. We can't carry on making the general public believe that pharmaceuticals are the way forward for everything, because they just aren't. And it's not just that they are damaging our bodies, it's that they're damaging the earth as well, because where our bodies cannot metabolize these chemicals, they're going into the earth. We know that they're going into the water, and that's affecting our wildlife. And we all know by now that we've got to look after our wildlife. We've got to look after Mother Earth. We really do. We need to. So just a quick medical disclaimer, and I was just about to add and I didn't. So first of all, the information in this presentation is not intended to replace a one-on-one relationship with a qualified healthcare professional. It's not medical advice. It's sharing of my knowledge and some information from my own research and experience. So I recommend that you make your own healthcare decisions based on your own research and in partnership with a qualified healthcare professional of your choice. In addition, LifeWave products are not intended to treat, cure, or ameliorate the symptoms of any disease. They are wellness devices, not pharmaceuticals. They are not medicines. Anything that happens is a result of your own healing, where we have been able to activate it using the stem cell activation patches or the other phototherapy patches that we use. So what we do with our patches is, here I've got one on my chest, which is an X39. That's an X39 on that lady's shoulder. We're using phototherapy to elevate our stem cells, activate them, and regenerate cells in our body. That is just one type of the phototherapy LifeWave patches. We have several, and I'm not going in depth into the different types of patches today. We are just focusing very, very briefly on the X39. So what is LifeWave and what are X39 patches? So LifeWave is a 20-year-old company. Well, actually, yes, it was started in 2004 by an inventor called David Schmidt, who came from a family of inventors. So he knew all about inventing and patents, a lot of things that we mere mortals at medical school don't really understand. But he understood that, and he had what he feels was a download from God or higher power. In his case, he's a Christian, so he sees it as God, that helped him to see a way to harness the body's light, which is amazing. So we have here affordable stem cell reactivation technology in a patch, where this patch that you see at the bottom there is it's non-transdermal. So there's no stem cells in the patch. All it's doing is activating your own stem cells. What effect does that have? We're going to talk about that today. So how does it work? Well, the phototherapy aspect of it works by our own. So we are made of energy, and we emit light. Some of that light is in the infrared spectrum, which is not visible to the human eye. So as we emanate, as we issue infrared light through our skin, the patch sitting on the skin, it is made of nanocrystals between a bilayer film, and those nanocrystals are set at a certain structure so that they deflect infrared light back into the body, but not at a broad spectrum like the light that was coming out, and not a broad spectrum like that used in a lot of infrared healing devices, which are very, very useful as part of a holistic approach to healthcare, whether you are a doctor or a patient, but with a narrow beam spectrum. So this narrow beam is what activates a certain peptide in the body, and that in turn has the effect in the body that particular patch has. So in the case of, excuse me, in the case of the X39 patch, we're activating copper peptide GHK, and it's the compound compounded to copper, GHKCU, and then those go ahead and reactivate your own stem cells. Now, as we have got older, we're going to mention this a bit, we've lost a lot of our stem cells. They've gone dormant. but this helps to reactivate them. Now, this is just one of the 160, 180 patents that David Schwitt has to do with this phototherapy technology. And what we're seeing here for the X39 patch is that they've patented this ability to elevate copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. So this is patented. That means that you can't get hold of these patches and their effect through any other way than through working with a brand partner such as myself and my team at Liberate Your Life Online. So here we have a little bit more about stem cells. The New England Journal of Medicine, which is a major medical journal, it stated that the number one indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of adult stem cells in the bloodstream. So stem cells, what are they? They are the cells that are created in the fetus. They're the cells that are created when your cells divide, when you were a tiny little egg and sperm joined together in your mother's body. And these cells, as they divide, they create stem cells which have the potential to become any kind of cell in the body. So these stem cells can become liver cells, they can become nerve cells, they can become blood cells, they can become muscle cells. And that is where the magic of this healing modality exists. So they have the incredible ability to heal and repair any organ or tissue. And while our need for adult stem cells actually increases dramatically as we age, because we've got more things going wrong as we get older, the fact is that fewer of them are activated and released into our bloodstream. So that as we get older, we have far fewer. So a teenager has about 1 billion active adult stem cells, but by the time we're aged 80, that number has dropped to 50 million, which is a 95% reduction. So how does the X39 work? It's made of organic nanocrystals between a bilayer film, as I explained, and it's formulated to activate, in the case of the X39, the copper peptide, so that we get GHKCU activated. And then that in turn reactivates your own stem cells. They're non-transdermal. There's nothing actually coming from the patch into the skin and into the body. They are just deflecting light. So what is the effect of this? So you can get rapid pain relief, and we're just talking about X39. We do have other patches that work for pain relief as well, but with the X39 patch, we get rapid pain relief, we get reduced inflammation in the body, and inflammation is always present when there's any pathology going on in the body, whether it's diabetes or heart disease or cancer, or if you've just got wound healing, if you've got a cold like I'm just recovering from, you've got inflammation going on in the body. The activating your stem cells, it supports wound healing, and we have seen some amazing results with that. It improves your energy and vitality, it improves your mental clarity, and it enhances sports performance as well. And we also get faster recovery from exercise, so you get less of the sort of aching after extreme exercise or even mild exercise, depending on whether you're used to it or not. We also get an improved skin appearance with reduced fine lines and wrinkles and more collagen. And then we have more long-term results. And these are looking at case studies. There's a lot more than 80 case studies now. So in the first few days, we know that activating GHKCU begins to reset 4,000 genes within a few days. And that is, scientific studies have shown that. Within 6 weeks, we find the brain becomes more balanced. You get decreased symptoms of anxiety and depression, and even decreased symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. So this we find is very, very powerful. And those of us who are using the patches every day, we generally find that our well-being is much better. Then within 3 months, we find that the collagen has increased, and that results in decreased wrinkles, improved hair growth, and we actually see some big changes in hair growth and people with hair loss, with balding areas. increased structural integrity of both your skeletal and muscular systems. And then within 6 months, and this is one study of 15 people, 14 out of them, when using X39 on a regular daily basis for 6 months, they actually lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just those 6 months, which is incredible. So these results are amazing. They are actually age reversing. So we're sort of rolling the clock back. And, you know, if you start to read around the subject, if you read Tony Robbins' book about called Life Force, which looks into a lot of modern advances in medicine. It's a very, very powerful book, but it does cover stem cells. It covers peptides. And we're seeing that there is much more going on in the health, with the potential for health than we may be aware of, especially when we're in the UK, if you are, and we're sort of focused on what the NHS provides. And because it's a state funding service that's funded by taxation, obviously all the time it's going to be running half an hour behind everybody else. But it is, you know, it's a fantastic service. We're lucky to have it, but it's just bursting at the seams, and I'm sure those of you who are in the UK are aware of that. So this is getting long-term results. We recommend a 90-day protocol with the X39 patch. And ideally, actually, 90 days plus an additional month for every decade of life. So if you are 60 and you're wanting to gain the benefits of LifeWave, maybe you've got some different pathology like diabetes and things, and you want to get the maximum benefit before you sort of say whether it's working or not, I would recommend that you use it on a daily basis for 9 months. So that's 6 months. That's a month for every decade of life, plus the extra 90 days. So that makes 9 months. And what we do with the patch, and I'm not going into that in detail today because we're just focused on the science and on a very quick presentation today. But you wear it on, usually on the back of the neck or below the tummy button. You wear it for 12 hours during the day and take it off for at least 12 hours overnight to allow the body to regenerate and to stop any acclimatization to the effects. And you drink lots of good quality water. I always recommend hydrating with filter water. Now, if you want to explore X39 in more depth, you can do that through thisisit.info.com, which is one of our websites that our team has, which gives you a lot of information. It allows you to delve as deeply or as superficially as you want to do. It's completely up to you. And I was going to add another couple of slides and I didn't, so maybe I'm best off actually ending the show and coming back in as a human. Let's see. Let's stop the share. Stop share. There we go. Gosh, that's very close up, isn't it? Okay. So so the way I recommend, it can be, so one of the things that I developed with my holistic approach to medicine, and actually I'd like to sort of step back a moment and say, actually, for me personally, network marketing saved my life. When I burnt out as a full-time GP with 2 young kids and feeling like there was no way out, and that I always had to stay in a medicine that didn't align with my beliefs and values around this overuse of pharmaceuticals, I found that I discovered network marketing soon after that. I trained in energy healing, so I'm an energy healer as well. So I use the energy from my hands, which is, I think, a lot of what's happening with stem cells with the patches is actually similar to what's happening when we use energy healing and Reiki in people. Because we have such far-reaching results from that as well. And I really found for myself from burnout that we really need to embody mind, body, and spirit. We need to actually start doing some self-care in order to recover from this state of near burnout that so many people are, so many doctors and professionals and high-flying executives are experiencing now. So network marketing saved my bacon, but it also because it made me see that it's possible to make a good living from another profession. It's an equalizer, so anybody can make a lot of money with network marketing if they put their mind to it and do the work. So your receptionists can earn more than you can, than you, if they choose to work harder than you do, for example. And that I found very reassuring. But the first network marketing company I joined was USANA Health Sciences, which I still swear by their products. And that, learning about supplements, learning about the microbiome, I'm so grateful to USANA for starting me on the path that led me to understand that I wasn't alone, that that integrative medicine, the best of allopathic medicine and the best of complementary therapies together, and then on to functional medicine that got invented after that, where we're looking at the root cause of things. I wouldn't have known about those if it hadn't been for network marketing. So that aside, the LifeWave patches are a network marketing company, which means network marketing, and a lot of people have a lot of objections to that, but mainly through lack of understanding and exposure to people who are doing network marketing badly, and sometimes exposure to companies that are doing network marketing with poor quality products, which isn't my experience because I've been very selective about what companies I've worked with. But network marketing itself is just another way of getting products to consumers. So getting products to consumers, you've got direct mail, you've got direct marketing, you've got having a storefront, you've got network marketing, and you've got things like Uber, which is another form. It's affiliate marketing. It's having a side hustle. Then there's affiliate marketing where you get paid for recommending, but you only get paid if somebody goes ahead and buys. And there are just these different ways of getting products to consumers. It's not anything bad or illegal, or it's just like having a franchise, but without the heaviness of having a physical property to manage, a physical business to manage. So that's one of the reasons I love, several of the reasons I love network marketing. So on to how you can incorporate LifeWave patches into your functional medicine practice, or a private practice, or a massage practice, or a chiropractic practice, any private practice, so not NHS. It's very easy. You can just recommend the products. If you have a virtual practice, you recommend them, you send them the link, or you take them through joining, that you take them through the process of implementing or purchasing the products you've chosen for them, you've recommended. You can train your receptionists to do that as well, even with a virtual practice. Now, if you have or a virtual assistant can do that with you, can support your clients. The important thing is to be there for your clients, to support them, to help them with decisions, to help them to understand why you've suggested this particular patch protocol, for example. And where there is a financial hardship, you may choose to only recommend one patch, whereas somebody else, you might recommend 3 different types of patches. For example, I often have 2 or 3 levels that I will say to somebody, this is what I would recommend in an ideal world, and this is what I recommend if you really can't afford that particular package. And it just is giving them the choice and helping them to understand how that works and what the benefits are. And it can be really helpful to just send them a video, or send them that website, thisisitinfo.com. That helps them to understand the X39 patch particularly, but also the phototherapy patches generally speaking. So that can be really helpful. And if you do have a physical clinic, I recommend that you consider you buy in bulk at a reduced rate. You can either retail them a pack of patches and sign them up so that they've got their own coming, or you can lend them a pack of patches for them to give back to you once their delivery arrives. But it is important to try and get them registered with your practice on the system, so that it's then very easy for them to log into their own back office and order their next lots of patches. So that's how I recommend you incorporate into your functional medicine or holistic practice, and any therapy practice, really. Very, very helpful. And the advantages include the fact that we get such rapid results with this. Now, one of the things with supplements, even if you've got really good quality supplements and weight management products, you may not get results that are tangible within a short time. Now, with the X39 patch, it varies. Everybody's an individual. So we can't tell how rapidly you will have tangible results or your client will have tangible results. You may find that some people will have a result within minutes of putting the patch on, or hours, or days. Somebody else might take 7 weeks or even 3 months before they actually get a tangible benefit. Now, that doesn't mean they're not getting a benefit. What happens is when the stem cells are reactivated, your body knows where the healing is needed first. So it may be that the healing that's needed first in this case is fatty liver disease. So your stem cells may be working on the fatty liver disease, which may have no tangible impact on the client. So they may not be aware that there's this amazing healing and anti-aging going on within their body because they wanted the knee pain to disappear. But in terms of what's important to the body, the fatty liver has higher consequences than the knee arthritis. And so we simply help the patient, help the client to understand that the body knows the score, the body is working and healing at one place, even if it's not helping the area that they most need. So I hope this has been helpful to you in understanding how LifeWave works a little bit and how to utilize this within your practice. And if you'd like to find out a little bit more about LifeWave, the links are down below. So do join, do follow. And I recommend tomorrow there'll be a talk on this channel. I'll do another live stream about the products and the business. And you can tune into that to find out a bit more about the different product lines, how much they cost, all that sort of thing. So I hope you have a lovely evening, and I'll see you next time. So don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye. Thank you.